is my privilege to be able to introduce the 2009 class valedictorian, Ansel B. George.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those stuck in between. I am here today to commemorate the miracle of the graduation of the class of 2009. But before I begin, I would like to thank those of you who made this day possible. Our administration, our teachers, parents, and most of all, ourselves. I personally would also like to thank those of you who made this speech possible. Here's a list of people who contributed to this occasion. At the $1 donation level, we have Drew Luke, Chase Parsons, Brooks Aiken, Ethan Hardy, Joey Florian, Taylor Sutton, and Tracy Poole. Now, here we stand, 4 years behind us and the rest of our lives ahead. To the end of our days, we shall remember that we are the class of 2009. Even then, 2009 is just a number, and class is just a word. When we hear the phrase, we recall all the things that have happened these past 4 years. We remember the friends we've made, the things we've accomplished, and the things we were taught. Years from now, when we are making bigger decisions than the ones we're making now, the things we've learned will guide us. After all, that's the point of education. More importantly, though, memories. Simple memories from high school shall remain with us always. Some of you may think that there are some things you don't want to remember. However, these hurtful memories, these bad memories, they're just as important as the good ones. Remembering playoff games lost, tests failed, and friends and family that have passed away leaves us all in a state of want. We feel that we must make things better. We try to heal the pains of the past. Through our bad memories, we become better. We become able to change things for the better. Our lives, our hopes, our dreams fall within an arm's reach, and with effort, anything is possible. If bad memories help move us forward, good memories keep our feet on the ground. The happy memories we've made allow us peace and help us retain our sanity. They remind us of the joys of knowing each other and the things unique to one another. Good or bad, all our memories give our lives purpose and make them worth living. We don't live in the matrix, where all our experiences are pumped into us through a computer. Rather, we react to our surroundings and draw knowledge and understanding from them. In this way, our memories shape us into the people that we are. On this day of remembrance, we reflect on how the past 4 years have changed us irreversibly. Nevertheless, my purpose here is not to relive the past. A valediction is a farewell, and a valedictorian is one who says farewell. Today I'm here not only to remember the past 4 years, but also to comment on our imminent separation. Soon, we go our own ways. We're destined to part the day we stepped into this school as freshmen. Every second, every heartbeat brought us closer to this day, this instant. The class of 2009 parts today. We leave each other to experience the rest of our lives. Sure, some of us may return in 10 years' time to tell of all the hopes and dreams that never been true, but our class shall not come together as it has now, ever again. Things aren't hopeless, though. We take the memories of each other with us as we move on. Always remember, whenever there is a meeting, a parting is sure to follow. However, that parting need not last forever. Whether a parting be forever or merely for a short time, that is up to you. Thank you, senior class. Now it's time for me to say what I'm destined to say. Farewell.
Please welcome our 2015 Salutatorian, Mr. Selwin George, who will present the welcome address.
Possunt quia post evidentur. They can do it because they think they can do it. My name is Selwin George, and I've been granted the honor of being named the Texas High School Class of 2015 Salutatorian. As Salutatorian, my job is to deliver the salutation, the hello. Class of 2015, despite the goodbyes that await us at the end of this ceremony, we have the opportunity to greet our futures with open arms, to embrace what is to come in our lives, to say hello to the life that awaits us. However, in order to bid hello to the future, we must give regard to the past and the people who have helped us along the way. Teachers, whether they come in the form of parents, siblings, mentors, coaches, friends, or tireless educators armed with the TISD badge, teachers are the people who have influenced us, nurtured us, and guided us to this day. As these teachers in their many forms stand behind us, we each face a bright journey that they have made possible. There are a few people to whom I would like to express my gratitude at this time. I would like to thank my father. You taught me how to believe. You taught me how to believe in things I understood as well as things I didn't. You showed me how to believe in values and in truth. You implored me to have an open mind, but also to examine how, and more importantly, why the world works the way it does. Dad, you've taught me right from wrong, and no matter where I go or who I meet, I will never have a better instructor in that subject. Thank you. I would like to thank, yes, please. I would like to thank my mother. You taught me how to love. You taught me how to love in good times and how to love in bad times just as much. You showed me how to love both my friends and my enemies, and you showed me how to forgive. But Mom, most of all, you provided for me a special emotion, one that I can never forget. During times when life seemed overwhelming, when everything seemed to be falling from my control, and when I felt like giving up on my goals and on myself, I didn't. Because I knew that no matter what happened to me, for better or for worse, my mom would never give up on me. And no words can describe how that emotion feels. Thank you. I would like to thank my brother. You know how sometimes people say that they've had to live in their sibling's shadow? Well, I can relate to that. In fact, I indeed have had to live in my brother's shadow. I've also had to live in the shadow of his report cards, and his medals, and his resume. And it doesn't help that I've always been a little bit shorter than him, so I've had to literally stand in his shadow. But anyways, to this day, there is no greater role model in my life than you. You have always exemplified an unparalleled level of intelligence and work ethic in everything that you do. You have demonstrated to me how to be self-disciplined, to work hard, and to have an indomitable spirit in the face of adversity. Ansel, you have taught me how to earn, and thus you have taught me how to live. And it is with the utmost sincerity that I say that if in my lifetime I could be for you half of what you have been for me growing up, I would consider my time well spent. I would like to thank my educators for supporting me in and outside of their classrooms and in and outside of their subjects. I thank my friends for putting up with me and my antics day after day, which probably does get tedious at times. And lastly, I want to thank everybody who has extended to me their kindness over the years. Whether subtly or overtly, you have gone out of your way and made some aspect of my life better, and for that I will be eternally grateful. As we meditate on our many teachers, the many forms they came in, and the many ways they have impacted us, we must also recognize the second component of what makes our past, namely our experiences themselves. I'd like to share with you an experience of mine. It took place when I was 5 years old, and like many kindergarten stories, it's not one I'm proud of. One day, after school, I went to the dentist. Although it wasn't my first time, it was the first dental examination that I remember. You'll see why. I was sat down in the chair, and a nice lady looked around at my teeth, and I thought I was all set when she left. As I contemplated what color toothbrush I should request on the way out, the nice lady came back, although she didn't look so nice anymore. She had this disarming facial expression, and I noticed the same expression appear on my mother's face. All of a sudden, my mom and the not-so-quite-nice lady were at a computer making 5 more dental appointments within the next 2 weeks. It turns out that it really does take a while to fill in 11 cavities. Upon finding out my diagnosis, I did what any kindergartner would do. I told everyone I saw. As far as competition goes among 5-year-olds, I had them all beat. Nobody, I mean nobody, had more cavities than me. Granted, there were very few upsides to the situation. I became a little too used to the dentist chair and furthermore got to know the staff on a first-name basis. Well, in any case, I survived. Although my relatives became curious as to whether my teeth were naturally white or silver, and my friends started to think that I was more a machine than a man, I survived. Despite the casual feelings I have toward my cavities, there is one thing that I very dearly remember. One of the dentists, in an attempt to make light of the situation, told me to be glad that at least my cavities were only on my baby teeth. At least they were only on my baby teeth. Class of 2015, as we say our big hello to our futures, we acknowledge our past, the people who have influenced us, the mistakes we've made, and the lessons we've learned. But as we extend ourselves beyond the threshold of the present, we have to go through one of the most tedious processes known to mankind, commonly referred to as growing up. In order to be adults and embrace the future, we have to grow up. We have to have learned so much from our past mistakes that we will never make one again. We have to triumph over adversity with ease and poise. We have to know our career path, our academic path, and know exactly where we will be 10 years from now and exactly how we will be 10 years better. We have to never be on the losing end of a risk. We have to always be lucky in love. We have to always be excellent parents, and we have to always approach life with the utmost seriousness. No mistakes, no blemishes, no cavities. It's not like we're on our baby teeth anymore. We have to grow up, don't we? In my humble opinion, the most exciting thing about growing up is that no one seems to do it. I've yet to meet a grown-up. I've yet to meet someone who knows all the answers and gets everything right the first time. And although this may seem like evidence that no matter how hard we try, we can never truly be achievers in life, it is rather a symbol of how united we are as people. People with the same fears, the same desires, the same flaws, the same mistakes. As we journey through life, we can get encouraged from the fact that we all have the same anxieties about our careers, our educations, our family lives, and our reputations. We can take solace in the comfort of knowing that at the end of the day, you and I are each one among many, trying to find their place in a confusing, uncertain world. The only shame in making mistakes comes with failing to learn from them. It is with great pride that I proclaim that I will never get that 12th cavity. I have certainly, and in some ways painfully, learned from my mistake. However, when I look back on the endless dental visits and having to brush my teeth under parental supervision, I don't see the experience as a mistake at all. Honestly, I don't even see it as a learning experience anymore. I see it as a memory. Memories, the good ones, the bad ones, those that come from successes and those that come from failure, are what empower us. They're what get us out of bed and entice us to go out into the world, take risks, learn from mistakes, make more memories, and live better afterwards. They keep us going, and they keep us young. As long as we keep examining our lives, improving ourselves, and using experience in order to make the most of our time in this world, we will never age, but will instead simply add to a list of memories. It became a lot easier for me to think about growing old when I realized that by continuing to learn from my mistakes, I would always be as young as that 5-year-old who couldn't wait to get out of the dentist chair. The moments that are important to us never leave. The memories we make are worth more than money, power, or position. Thus, I humbly charge each of you to chase your personal dreams, live in your individual ambitions, and keep making memories. But most of all, never grow up. Class of 2015, I encourage you to love. Love everyone around you for their best qualities, not because you have to, but because you can. Love is what makes us human. I encourage you to work hard, not because you have to, but because you can. Personal success is not measured in dollars, but rather in hours and passion. Earning is what makes us happy. I encourage you to seek education throughout your life, not because you have to, but because you can. As historian Carl Becker put it, the value of education is essentially moral. By liberalizing the mind, by deepening the sympathies, by fortifying the will, it enables us to control not society, but ourselves. It prepares people to live more humanely in the present and to meet rather than foretell our future. Lastly, I encourage you to believe. Believe in a friend, a neighbor, a family member. Believe in others, and you will share in the joy they receive from believing in you. It makes the world a less lonely place. But most of all, believe in yourselves, not because you have to, but because it is right. Believe that it is your duty to make each day better than the last, for both you and the people around you. Believe that you can become more mature, more intelligent, more responsible, and more loving without ever having to grow up. Believe that there is no goal too lofty for you, and that there is no time to waste in life. Believe in living well, for that is what makes us, us. Class of 2015, I invite you now to believe in the brightness and the memories to come. Let us approach the opportunity of tomorrow with open minds, wide arms, full hearts, and a bold hello. Possunt quia pos evidentur. They can do it because they think they can do it. Thank you.